Hello.
Can you send the next candidate in, please?
Yeah, OK.
All right, Harry, come in. Come and have a seat. I'm going to ask you some questions. Think first before you answer the question, OK? Don't panic. OK. Why have you applied for this position?
I want to have a job and get some points to help out with the school.
Why do you think you would be good at this job?
I'll probably have better behaviour because I'll lose my job.
So you think that by having that job that it's going to help you with your behaviour, which is really good. So can I trust you?
Yeah.
Yep, OK.
Here in deepest Essex, just beyond the M25, Bulphan Primary School has introduced a scheme that's arousing a little curiosity. It's a gentle introduction for the children to the big wide world of work that they will have to make their way through after school.
Anything else that you'd like to say that you think why I should give you the job?
If other people don't know what to do, really, I'd help them.
The concept is to address parts of the Every Child Matters agenda, and there's areas in that about making a positive contribution and economic well-being, which talks about having children who are literate and numerate and being able to be active members really in society and be able to move on after school into getting a job. What does responsible mean?
Say if I was the only one that got the job and I had to do everything myself, I'd have the responsibility to do my job.
And it's often a skill that they don't have much input or training towards, so it's trying to encourage them to think about resources, that you don't have all the money in the world, that sometimes you will need to save money in order for things to get bigger and better things. Well, what will happen is I've got other people to interview and then I will look through and I'm going to choose 3, so you'll know by the end of today. Was that all right?
Yeah.
In the 6 months that the Meaningful Work scheme has been operating, competition in the employment market has been tough for the jobs that are available.
We initially started off with 4 jobs. There's the lunchtime monitors and the peer mentors, whose main responsibility really is just playing with the children outside. I think that's the best job, because you get paid for playing, really. We have office assistants that support in the office, so they've been trained up to use a photocopier to sort out letters, count Tesco vouchers and those kind of things that need doing but just take up people's time. And then there's an assistant to myself. Really, a lot of the responsibility is about setting up assemblies, which is just a task that takes time but needs to be done daily. And they're also ambassadors for the school at parents' evenings. Welcome parents at the door and show them where to go, and they've been paid overtime for that.
I have to set up the assembly to get points. We've got enough points we can buy things. I think it's good because then I get to meet Becky and Katie more. We get 25 points a week. I don't think I remember how many points I've got.
It's a hat and you wear it because it says you're working.
It's good because then the people you work with, you're more friendly with them.
The teacher would have to do it if the children didn't do it.
Okay, good morning, Class 3. The size of the school makes it work quite well because we've only got 78 children, so the majority of children have a job. We're doing some interviews a bit later for energy monitors, those that have completed their forms. The job we're interviewing for today is for energy monitors. It's open to years 3 to 6. We've had 9 people apply for the job. We've got 3 positions available. And their job is trying to save the school money and just making sure lights are switched off, doors are closed and switching the computers off. The adverts went out, we talked about job descriptions, person specifications, how to fill in an application form. So we sort of worked through the whole process of how that worked.
I wish to apply for this job because I want to see what it is like having a job.
I wish to apply for this job because I want to show my responsibility and to save money.
Because I want to help the school.
I think I'll get used to this job and get good at it.
I'm always remember to switch off electric stuff.
Because I'm reliable.
And could be enthusiastic and trustworthy while doing my job. I can be reliable and can speak politely.
So having completed the application form, they'll have a reference from their teacher. They'll then be called for interview. They will get some training on interview techniques.
A proper interview, You need to sit still like that and don't do all that, because that distracts the person interviewing you. And look at Mr. Pendry, because if you're doing that, it doesn't work. So try and look at him when he's answering these questions. All right? And then if you don't understand something, say.
I'm a lunchtime whistle. I go down to class 1. You eat with them and you've got to look after them, make sure they're being good, and you've got to play with them. And if they're bored and they've got no one to play with, you play with them. I'm a parent where I have to look after class 1. On my application form I put that I wanted to look after them and be friendly to them.
Peer monitors help my children at lunchtime. They take them to the toilet, help cut their food up, get their drinks, and during the playtime they play with them.
We look after the little ones by taking care of them. So if they need to go to the toilet, we take them, make sure they're not left down there on their own, and play with them if they've got no one to play with. So keep them company and make sure they're okay. We get paid $15 a week, and it's a really good job.
It helps the peer mentors a lot because they love to actually help the younger children, and it helps the younger children to aspire to actually be a peer mentor when they get up to the top end of the school.
Peer mentor, I put these boards out and I have to make sure people play the games right, or if there's anyone that's not got anyone to play with, I can go and play with them.
The job that the children wanted more than any of the others was the peer mentor job, and they thought that would be a good job because they could be playing as well. They soon realised that it wasn't just about playing, it was about facilitating play for others, so they had to be aware of everybody else, not just what they wanted to do. It was a very good lesson for them to learn, and they learnt the hard way, but they've adapted very well.
Ian uses job interviews not just to assess the candidate's motivation and suitability, but also to build their confidence in expressing themselves.
Jason.
It's about a 5-minute interview, so I'll just ask them something about why they want the job, what they think they can bring to the job, and just talking about responsibility, behaviour, politeness. Why do you think you would be good at this job?
Because I'm always one in terms of all the lighting struts on the doors and stuff.
To give the school more money and more play equipment and PE equipment.
Because it'll give me something to do and help the school.
Because I'd like to take responsibility of having a job.
Would I be on your case all the time saying you haven't done this, you haven't done that, or would you just get the job done?
I'll probably just get the job done.
Okay. I mean, another area it develops is speaking and listening. You know, being able to speak and articulate how they're thinking, why they want a job, being able to identify what's positive about themselves. That's a hard thing for children often to do. Why do you think you'd be good at the job?
I'd say because I recycle at home.
You know, if you see a child's done really well and they haven't been confident before, then that's an opportunity then to sort of choose them and give them the job, just to sort of try and encourage them. So are you a reliable, trustworthy person?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? It just develops the whole child, their social development, their personal development, and being able to be an active member of the community, which is what Every Child Matters is about. So what does good behaviour look like?
Listening to the teacher, say thank you and please and may I.
You don't ignore people.
Okay, I shall make a decision at the end of the day, hopefully. So they'll get a letter saying you've been offered this job. With the letter will come a contract which will really say I'm offering you this job at this number of points per week. And it will just outline things that they're on probation, that their behaviour is expected to continue to be as it is. If there's any issues around behaviour, then they can receive warnings and ultimately they can be sacked from their job.
They're actually very keen to do jobs to be helpful, to show they can be responsible and to make a wider contribution to the life of the school. They've enjoyed doing jobs in class, but they don't get recognised for that. So to actually have the yellow hat and be rewarded in points was something that was very attractive to many of them.
So we need 70 copies because I want some spares. And to confuse you, it's double-sided. And it needs to be sorted and stapled. If we've got a lot of photocopying to do, then I could just give it to them and they'll copy it, collate it and give it out to the classes. So it just saves us a job. All right. Thank you. They like the fact they're getting a reward at the end and saving up to collect points for whatever it is they want to buy. I think it's good for their self-esteem I think it's beneficial for all of us, you know, it helps us out and they enjoy it, you know.
Salt. Or it's just fun, really. We just enjoy helping.
We've got to be polite.
We have to remember.
Be able to, I think it did say we've got to be able to work independently.
Yeah. Is it double-sided though? It's not double-sided.
Pupils have responded really positively to it, and I think the sign of that is that they want to do the job. So you're not having to go round and chase people up and say, you haven't done your job, or why aren't you on duty? They are there with their caps on and they want to do the job and they enjoy spending the points. They've got ideas what they want to save for. I mean, one of them's just saving for the sake of it, I think. I don't think he wants to buy anything, but...
We have 20 points a week and we probably have about 150.
Because we've spent some of ours. So.
I get 25 points and I don't know what I'm going to get yet.
I've got now 280 points.
I'm saving up to get a few things.
I've got 175.
60.
I've got 305. 15.
They can spend them straight away on very small items like a bouncy ball or a rubber or something like that. And the maximum at the present time is 250 points. The majority will save. And some are saving beyond 250, so maybe I'll look at expanding that to 500 points is a voucher from HMV or W.H. Smith or something like that. Right, so how many points have we got? 260, and you want a piggy bank, which is 250, so you've got enough points. At some point, they are going to need to consider jobs and where money's going to come from and having to save money. They're going to experience disappointment. You know, there's going to be times when they want something and they don't get it. And if they can accept that at an early age, then I think that sets them up well. And that leaves you with 10 points.
I think it's helped the older children to realise that they need to be responsible and to act in the right manner, to actually hold the job that they do.
Can I have a teddy bear?
Well, I think it's preparing them, first of all, for the transition to secondary school, where there's obviously going to be a lot more children than there are here, and thinking further ahead for life in a world of work and applying for jobs and going through the interview process and realising that people have to make references about you based on what they know you're like.
So you still got 155 points to spend. So you could have another one. Do you want two?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's good for self-esteem. They put that cap on and, you know, they feel important. They actually, you know, stand straighter. I think they feel good about themselves, that they're helping, you know, and they're earning something. And I think all of them that have done it, whatever it is, they've all got something out of it. Yeah, really positive experience.
It helps for after school because you can know what you're doing and why.
If we're saving up now, we could save up when we're older, and instead of points, pounds.
I think other schools could do it, so they know how it feels to be with the other classes.
I think all schools should, because it's like helping each other and it's going to get you somewhere in life.